All right, quick stimulus check update. The second round of stimulus checks. When will it get approved? When will we actually get the payout? What will it include? All that and more, so please make sure you keep it locked. This is Crystal with the Cash Compass. All right, so welcome back. I am here to teach you all the things that you should have learned in school about money, but for whatever reason, they forgot to mention it. Please be sure to subscribe because we talk about everything from personal finance to invest into the economy. Let's get into it. All right, so in this video up here, I go into great detail about the HEROES Act, which is what I'm actually talking about today. So if you want to get the really deep ins and outs, click that video. But basically, what's being proposed in there is a $1,200 stimulus check again, but we also would get $1,200 for each child. There's also discussions about unemployment extensions and a lot of, good juicy stuff for us. Now, while those things are already proposed in this bill, that bill is not actually guaranteed to be passed as is, right? They're going to be writing up a whole bunch of stuff, adding in a whole bunch of random things in there. I'm going to put a link in my description that kind of gives you a nice summary of everything that's going to be included. But I know why you're here. We all want that stimulus check. They've already made amendments to this bill, so I'm pretty sure that when it actually is passed, it will look a little bit different, but at least you have an understanding of more or less what it will include. So outside of the $1,200 check for adults and $1,200 check for children, a limit of 3 kids. So again, if you have more kids than that, oh well. There is also talk about the unemployment, like I already mentioned. Also, a go back to work bonus, okay? Because what was happening was people were not looking for jobs as much as they probably would have because that $600 a week bonus from the unemployment was, a little bit too lucrative. So now they're going to give you an incentive to go back to work. So they're going to give you $450. And I'm going to kind of break that down in a little bit later. So what is the approval process? For those who don't know, it has passed the House of Representatives, but it needs to pass the Senate. Then it needs to pass the president. Okay. So it's not just one person votes and boom, here we go. Kind of like how the Federal Reserve can just print money for anybody. These big corporations, they don't need any legislation. They don't need any voting, but I digress. But Trump has already said on numerous occasions that he is in support of a stimulus bill and it will be very generous. I hope he doesn't think the last check was very generous because for a lot of people that doesn't even cover their rent. And honestly, I think there is a very high likelihood. I have talked about this. If you've been on my channel long enough, you know how much I talk about the need for another stimulus just because of our economy and how it's structured, but I will talk about that in a moment. When will it be approved? Because that's what we really care about, okay? So Congress actually is on vacation until July 20th. So we will not be hearing anything about a stimulus check. We definitely won't be getting any stimulus check at any point of July. But August is looking good, maybe even September. And like I told you guys on my channel before, a lot of things are ending in the summer. The unemployment's ending, student loan deferment's ending at the end of September. The mortgage forbearances, the rent moratoriums, all of that is pretty much coming to an end at the end of this month or within a couple of months. So that is why I was saying that I really think that they will be giving another stimulus check at the end of summer or even early fall. And it looks like we are still on target for that. So when Congress comes back in July 20th, then maybe they'll have some heavy negotiations between July 20th and July 27th. We'll possibly hear something within the month of August, and I would expect to receive benefits sometime around August, maybe even September. So what do I think about the likelihood of this getting passed? Like I've said, and I keep on saying that, take a shot every time I say like I've said. But for real, I try to really heavily stress this on my channel because we do focus about economics. 70% of our growth is from spending, okay? Americans like to ball out. If we do not have people spending, then we will be in a recession for a much longer period of time. So governments have a lot of incentive to actually give people more money so they can spend more into the economy. Once they spend more, that will up our GDP, which is our growth. I go into great detail about GDP up here. Don't want to clog this video up because I want to keep it short. So I think there is a strong likelihood, okay? Now, will we see unemployment extended all the way through 2021? Maybe, but it probably won't be at that $600 level is what I'm thinking, right? Because they want to de-incentivize people from just sitting at home and collecting checks, which is kind of why they want to layer in that go back to work bonus, because if you have maybe a lesser amount of unemployment, right? So now you're not getting $600, maybe you're getting, I don't know, $400 or $300. But if you go back to work, you get $450, for example. Well, then more people would be incentivized to go to work because then you'll be earning your regular check and you'll be earning this go to work bonus. I mean, they're coming up with everything these days. And also some more food for thought. The unemployment bonuses, once those actually end in July, the people who are receiving that on average will see a drop of 61% of their income. Now, imagine you, whether you're on unemployment or not, imagine having your income cut 61%. I can't do it. I'm gonna let you know right now. It'd be a big problem, okay? And I will put a chart up right here that will show how your unemployment will be affected pretty much state by state, because obviously some states will be more affected than others. So pause the video and check this out. But as you can see, there's going to be a need for something, okay? Whether it is a tax reform, whether it is more bonuses, more unemployment, if they want to get us out of this recession on paper, right? Because we'll still be in a recession whether or not they announce it. I mean, there's too many other indicators that show that we have extreme problems, right? But for the technical definition of a recession, if they want that GDP number to be positive, people got to spend money. That's it. I mean, either that or they're going to start popping factories up and making stuff. And that's not really likely because all of our jobs for manufacturing, for the most part, have been shipped to China and other countries. So, you know, basically, I do think it's going to be a high likelihood. The numbers are obviously going to vary, but I will keep you guys updated. I hadn't talked about it in a long time, so I definitely wanted to kind of just touch on it just to let you know it's still on the table. It's still being negotiated after they take their vacation. So you'll have to just sit tight until then. It's really unfortunate that they can have a 3-week vacation while people are, you know, really in need of this money, but that's how the government works, okay? So let me know what you guys think. Do you think we'll be getting a new stimulus check? Do you think that it'll be exactly what they have listed, or will it be more generous? I want to hear from you. All right, that will do it. If you like this video, then please like this video and share it with your friends, your family members, everybody, okay? And if you have nothing else going on, you know what to do. Go ahead and binge watch me. And until next time, keep your money up.